Good evening. We're going to go ahead and get started in the next 2 minutes, if you don't mind finding a seat, and we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you.
Welcome to Gilbert's 2024 State of the Town.
I'm Tammy Jo, Gilbert's official Goodwill Ambassador and furry friend to everyone in Gilbert, especially those with treats like cookies and ice cream. I am so excited to introduce to you the positively amazing Mayor of Gilbert, Mayor Brigette Peterson, who has proudly served this community for more than 25 human years. She's also my mom. She's ready to highlight all Gilbert is doing in order to serve the community of the future. From our amazing parks, where both four-legged and two-leggeds can run and play, to our bustling downtown filled with local businesses, many, that I might add, are dog-friendly, to our wonderful neighborhoods. Gilbert truly has something for everyone.
Well, thank you, Tammy Jo, for such a great intro and insights. And yes, you get a treat for being such a good girl. Now go with Kirsten. Good evening and welcome to the 2024 Gilbert State of the Town. Really quickly, I'd love to tell you a story about Tammy Jo. She was being trained to be a veteran's assistance dog. And as you heard repeatedly, she's very reactive to food. And she flunked out of the program. So the training program, and she joined our family in 2018 at about 13 months of age. She's now just over 7. And I am looking forward to spending a lot more time with her in 2025. But I can't talk about my family expanding without also mentioning that we have 2 cats adopted from local shelters. One is 10, that's Sven. Sven is 10. And he was adopted in 2014. And we have our pandemic kitten that was adopted in 2020. That's Stanley, and he's just about 4 years old. Looking back, it seems I've adopted a new pet every time I run for office. My husband said, no more pets. So I said, no more elections. I'm really excited about all the time that I will have in 2025 with my 4-legged and 2-legged family members. I'd like to start by recognizing the members of the Gilbert Town Council. Please hold your applause until all members are recognized. We have Vice Mayor Scott Anderson, and ask you to please stand. We have Councilmember Bobby Buckley, Councilmember Chuck Bongiovanni, Councilmember Kathy Tilke, Councilmember Jim Torgeson, and Councilmember Young Kaprowski couldn't join us this evening. Let's give him a round of applause. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge other dignitaries in the audience. Please stand as I acknowledge you, and if we could please hold our applause till the end, that would be greatly appreciated. Apache Junction Mayor Chip Wilson. I haven't seen Chip. Oh, there you are, Chip. I didn't see you without the cowboy hat on. Chandler Mayor Kevin Harkey. We have Queen Creek Mayor Julia Wheatley, potentially. We have Queen Creek Council members Robin Benning and Brian McClure. We have Maricopa County Board of Supervisors Chairman Jack Sellers. We have Maricopa County Assessor and former Gilbert Council member and Vice Mayor Eddie Cook, or as I like to call him, Cowboy Cook. I haven't seen Jordan, Highland Justice of the Peace and former Gilbert Council member Vice Mayor Jordan Ray. We have former Council member Scott September. We have former Council member Les Pressmick. We have members from the Central Arizona Water Conservation District Board, Ben Graff, Barbara Seago, and April Turnquist. We have a representative from the office of Congressman Greg Stanton's office, District Director Chelsea Rivas, perhaps. We have our regional partners, Maricopa Association of Government Executive Director Ed Zerker, Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport Executive Director and CEO Brian O'Neill, drove all the way up from Yuma, thank you Brian, and Valley Metro CEO Jessica Medford Miller. Local representatives we have from the Gilbert Chamber of Commerce, President and CEO Sarah Watts. From our universities and schools, ASU Executive Director Ward Nichols, ASU Associate Vice President Candace Koppel, and I know I saw this one, Gilbert Chandler Community College Associate VP Jenna Call. Yes, I said Gilbert Chandler. Thank you, Jenna, I appreciate that. Higley Unified School District Board Vice President Anna Van Hoek, and Higley Unified School District Board Member Christina Reese, and still acting Superintendent Sherry Richards. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate that. Please give everybody a round. Thank you. A special acknowledgement and thank you to Town Manager Patrick Banger. I know I saw you. Patrick Banger. And also Gilbert's employees, community leaders, board and commission members, and residents joining me here today. Thank you very much. Give yourselves a big round of applause. And I wrote this in after the fact so she wouldn't see it. A very big thank you to Mayor's aide Kirsten Morgan. It was even her birthday this weekend, and I think she worked all weekend on this event tonight. Her daughter was the voice of Tammy Jo in the opening video, so we have to give her a big round of applause. A pause. We'll give her about a round of applause. Our IT team for working on this with us all day today. Also, thank you to you and my InterGov team and the clerk's office for everything that you've done to make sure that this comes to fruition tonight. Thank you all. Give them all a big round of applause, please. Takes a village, folks, really. I stand before you this evening to present my final state of the town, grateful to highlight this community that I love so much and that I believe I am the #1 fan of. While I will mention recent accomplishments, my goal for tonight is not to look to the past, but to showcase this organization's commitment to Gilbert's future. Gilbert is the place we call home, as an engaged and vibrant community that draws from its values and its resiliency. As we look ahead, it's critical that we embrace the realities of our future, the change inherent from our growth, to be prepared to better serve and meet the needs of our town. But Gilbert's not just a town. It's a tapestry of dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. From the energetic downtown to our sprawling neighborhoods, every corner of Gilbert is brimming with potential. However, with growth comes responsibility, that our town remains a beacon of opportunity and prosperity for generations to come. In our journey towards the future, the key lies in our preparedness. This town is committed to equipping ourselves with the tools, knowledge, and foresight to navigate challenges and seize on the opportunities that lie ahead. This means investing in infrastructure, fostering innovation, and nurturing a culture of collaboration. Within our organization, we support an environment of continuous learning and improvement. We recognize that the world around us is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and we must adapt accordingly. Whether it's leveraging technology to enhance efficiency or embracing sustainable practices to safeguard our resources, we are determined to lead by example. We understand that our success is intertwined with the well-being of our residents and businesses. That's why we are dedicated to listening to the needs of our community and organization, engaging in meaningful dialogue, and delivering services that enrich lives. Over a decade ago, due to the population and dynamic circumstances it brings, Gilbert recognized we needed to shift the way we made decisions, to go from what we thought we knew to utilizing data in our decision-making process. This meant we needed to not only capture core data points, but also ensure their security. This shift aligned perfectly with the Smart City Initiative, and Gilbert joined on early in the initiative's inception. Recently, Gilbert was featured in the online forum, theCUBE, that highlighted our partnership with Dell Technologies. Instead of you listening to me speak for too long, we will be sharing a few excerpts with you tonight.
So smart. The town of Gilbert has experienced exponential growth, from several thousand residents in 1980 to over 288,000 today, making it the 5th largest city in Arizona. But in spite of that rapid growth, Gilbert has managed to thrive and continues to provide excellent services and safety for its residents. In fact, Gilbert is recognized as the 2nd safest city in the United States, all great steps towards its stated goal of becoming a city of the future. Obviously, to run a smart city like the town of Gilbert, you need great technology and technology partners like Dell. But you also need smart people to run it, people who are tech-savvy or at least tech-friendly. And the town of Gilbert has all that. From elected officials like the mayor and town council, who regularly fund Gilbert's smart city initiatives, to the town managers who run the city's planning and operations, and to the veteran IT professionals who provide the guidance to select, implement, and manage Gilbert's smart city technology. And importantly, in today's security threat landscape, that smart city technology absolutely needs to be well protected, highly cyber resilient. All of smart city services need the ability to be quickly recovered in case of natural disasters, human error, or cyber attacks to ensure minimal disruption to Gilbert's services and thus to residents' lives.
Gilbert's biggest accomplishments are actually discreet and hidden. Gilbert's information technology team oversees many things, including the cybersecurity needs. They have been busy proactively learning and adjusting to ensure Gilbert remains safe from cyber threats. This small but mighty team understands that cybersecurity is paramount for local government success and that a breach in our cyber systems not only compromises the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of vital information, but also poses significant risks to infrastructure, public safety, and trust.
My name's Cass Finn. I'm a Dell Technologies account executive. The town of Gilbert is by far the most technologically savvy in smart city initiatives that I've ever seen. The town of Gilbert's leadership from the top down has got major buy-in. They lead with technology that is going to enhance their citizens. That goes down to the leadership of the IT department that we've been very close with. 5 years ago, a new CTO was introduced and hired, Sasan Portazati. He really brought in the next level of innovation and automation that enhanced the strategies that were already in place behind the town of Gilbert's IT team. So we needed to better understand and learn more about Sasan and what we can implement from Dell Technologies into his vision of automation, moving forward.
One of the things I love about Gilbert is this idea of looking forward. We consider ourselves the city of future and really focused on making sure that Gilbert has the same quality of life for its citizens today well into the future. And part of that is related to technology and smart city planning. So everything from infrastructure, because to have a smart city, you have to have the physical infrastructure to be able to make that all go. And so we've made massive investments in infrastructure and fiber across the town. I think at this point over 75 miles of fiber to support our smart city initiatives. Everything from our parks to all of our facilities have resources available for technology, including Wi-Fi and capabilities that allow smart city types of technologies. We focused on some key elements. One of those is cybersecurity, which we think is critically important in ensuring that our assets are secure and that we can operate in a secure fashion. I think every organization, whether it's government or private sector, what your customers think, how they feel about you, and really how they think about your services are most important. And so that's one of, I'd say, our foundational pillars. Bits and bytes matter, infrastructure matters, right? Technology matters. But how your customers are able to utilize it and leverage it is really important. So that's an important part of our roadmap and really aligns with that city of the future vision.
As we look to the future, understanding and utilizing technology will continue to be imperative. Gilbert created the first of its kind in a municipal setting in the United States, an AI department, and installed a Chief AI Strategy and Transformation Officer. While this department is only 6 months into its life, it has been incredibly busy, having already created an AI advisory committee, adopted an AI use standard for employees, launched a strategy roadmap, and created both a 101 training and a SharePoint AI tools site for our employees. While we don't know where AI is going to lead us, we've embraced its existence.
We're taking a very methodical approach. Let's not reinvent the wheel, right? Let's look at what we're already doing in the space. Let's engage with our existing partners, much like Adele, to really figure out, what is their roadmap and how does that play into what we're trying to achieve in terms of artificial intelligence. And we're seeing a lot of big benefit there because at the same time, that also ensures that we have the right privacy and security in terms of the data and how we're protecting that information. And we also can ensure that the employees have access to these tools and technologies from an enterprise approach. We're really trying to push the envelope in terms of how do we redefine what a city government looks like. How do we really push the needle or move the needle in a sense to say, hey, here's how we want the services to be delivered to our community. Here's how we want to sustain that quality of life and hopefully improve it moving forward, right, until we reach build out. I think it's super critical for us to make sure that we put systems in place that are always on, always working. I think that's the biggest recognition that we can give as positive affirmation to the work that we're doing and the compliment to the team and the technology. And so partners like Dell really share similar visions in terms of how we want to be seen, how we want to achieve the things that we're working towards. Some of the things that we have in place as terms of technologies, like the Cyber Recovery Vault, our SOC as a service model, have really been critical because they have to work collectively together to ensure that we are resilient to any impact that we see from, a cyber attack or some change in services that we're seeing, that we have to ensure, right, that they're always on and we're always able to respond to the citizens. Working for the town of Gilbert is probably one of the coolest jobs in terms of not only what you get to do every day, but with the people that you get to work with and the town you represent. If I did not work for the town of Gilbert, I would live in Gilbert still. It's a great community, it's safe, and we love raising our kids here.
When you stop and think about just how connected we are to everyone in the town, you quickly realize that local governments are prime targets for cyber attacks.
So 3.5 years ago, the CTO Sasan brought in a new Chief Information Security Officer, Dr. Tony Bryson. And what a fantastic character this gentleman is. He is just as innovative as the entire team in regard to security layers. We had to start looking at security as like a layer of onion, right? From the core all the way to the outside, and protecting and creating the resiliency that Dr. Bryson was looking for through Dell Technologies solutions. From there, he started inquiring more about the data center and data protection and security. That's when we started introducing our Power Protect solutions, our Cyber Vault. That was a huge success for the town and for Dell Technologies as a whole. That was followed up with multiple case studies that we have published online. Dell Technologies World, where Dr. Tony Bryson has been on stage. explaining and defining, the solutions behind our Dell Power Protect. So it's been really an accomplishment between the town of Gilbert, CISO, and Dell in protecting that data.
Protecting a smart city brings unique challenges to it. We're starting to see an influx of new technologies, some of which are not designed with security in mind. You're seeing a proliferation of Internet of Things devices, IoT devices, and a lot of those, again, they're not designed with security in mind. So we have to really go back to the drawing board, re-architect some of our networks, put in place appropriate segmentation so that those devices can exist within our ecosystem, but we have the appropriate segregation, separation that allows those particular devices to operate and protects our private networks and our citizens' data. The current threat surface continues to evolve. It's not like you can walk in one day and say, we've got this figured out. It changes from day to day. One of the threat vectors that we're always and most concerned about is the internal threat, because I feel that that is really not given the attention it deserves. An internal threat does not mean a bad actor. It does not mean somebody with an axe to grind. It could mean somebody just making a mistake that impacts your data, impacts your system security.
Gilbert is committed to using technology to serve our community, and we understand our responsibility to remain innovative.
As we've seen, a successful smart city like the town of Gilbert is a unique combination of the latest cyber-resilient technology, plus the city officials, veteran IT professionals, and their critical technology partners, all of whom plan and run this unique smart city to the benefit of the town of Gilbert's residents. And it's all in the name of public service, to provide a clean, safe, highly connected place where Gilbert's residents can raise their families and thrive. That's what makes the town of Gilbert, Arizona so smart. A place that's most certainly on its way to becoming a successful city of the future.
I'd really like to thank Dell Technologies and acknowledge Cass Finn. Cass, you're here. If you'd like to stand up and just be acknowledged. Thank you for supporting Gilbert's technology needs, and why remake a video when somebody's made such a great one about your community? Thank you for that. 2020 taught us that to be successful, it is essential we address the town's current and long-term needs in order to allow the town to deliver a high-quality public safety service. Earlier this year, Gilbert opened a state-of-the-art emergency operations center located in a renovated area within the Public Safety Administration building. This center's redesign and revamp both increased and also effectively used square footage while addressing crucial needs. The new location allows for the existing amphitheater to serve as a spillover space in the case of a very large-scale crisis. The expanded EOC accommodates 59 staff to efficiently work during a crisis compared to the old space, which only fit 15 staff. More importantly, when the EOC is not in use, it is available for a tactical operations center, for active incident management, and for extra classroom and training needs. Gilbert recently launched a pilot wellness program centered around 2 recharge rooms and the use of the up-to-date technology to positively impact room participants' physical and mental health. The goals of this 6-month program include reduction of stress, headaches, pain, and inflammation, increased relaxation and muscle recovery, and improved heart health and sleep quality. I think I need this room. With the town being self-insured and recognized valley-wide for caring about our employees, every aspect of this pilot program serves the best interest for everyone. This is another example of how partnerships work well in Gilbert with all of the equipment donated by the Positive Impact Alliance. The recharge rooms were highlighted last month by AZ Family.
We're talking about ice baths, saunas, and red light therapy. More departments in the valley are building rooms where first responders can rest and recharge.
I think after doing this job for 22 years, everything always hurts, something always hurts.
Gilbert Deputy Fire Chief Mike Connor is one of a handful of responders trying a new way to recover. Known as the recharge room, it's here first responders can surround themselves in light to relax and unwind.
Recharge room is a simple 33-minute circuit that we use what's called the synergy of togetherness or multimodalities.
Installed at the Gilbert Training Facility, this room provides a circuit of proactive and preventative therapies, starting out with a red light panel.
Station 1 is 10 minutes between the lights, and at the same time we use these headsets that a PhD from ASU, Dr. Nick Hool, helped develop that play guided meditations while stimulating the vagus nerve.
Once that's done, firefighters and police officers get into an infrared sauna for about 20 minutes.
Infrared saunas specifically are good for cardiovascular health, good for reducing of inflammation, good for mental relaxation.
And last but not least, first responders dive into an ice-cold bath set to 40 degrees.
Being able to have this as part of our recovery process has been absolutely vital so far. It's definitely a good break at the end of the day when needed, or sometimes in the morning.
First responders in the program are assigned to the recharge room 2 to 3 times per week. Right now, Gilbert is trying out the room for 6 months, and we'll see how those firefighters and officers feel compared to other first responders who don't use the room.
I've noticed it went from hurting less to all of a sudden now it's like go through a day where I don't think about stuff hurting. And
I'd like to take a moment to thank Rich Ganley. Rich, if you'd please stand up for us. Rich is a great partner with the town and supports both the recharge rooms and the teacher prizes during the Student of the Month Awards. We're able to give out gift certificates. Gilbert is also committed to connecting and protecting those most vulnerable in our community and provides quality training opportunities to our employees in the Gilbert Fire and Rescue Department, Gilbert Police Department, Parks and Recreation, and Clerk's Office to ensure successful interactions. Gilbert is an autism-certified municipality, and currently, thanks to the efforts of many town leaders, a dementia-friendly initiative is underway, which will provide resources and connection for community members and staff training. These refined programs and public outreach opportunities can be witnessed and enjoyed at the Gilbert Symphony performances and various parks and recreation events, such as one of my favorites, Truckapalooza. Those who are on the autism spectrum and those who suffer from Alzheimer's or dementia-related illnesses are afforded dignity and understanding when living in or visiting Gilbert, and I firmly believe Gilbert will continue to be proactive as it meets the needs of the community, a testament to this organization's desire to embrace the community we are. Beyond those 2 initiatives, Gilbert employees are dedicated to being the best at what they do. In just the last year, the following employees have received awards, accreditations, certifications, and completed trainings that demonstrate their commitment to Gilbert, meaning they aren't just getting better at the skills to do the job of today, but building on their skills to do their job in the future. As you've heard this evening, the town of Gilbert is committed to supporting our residents and our community. We must not focus on the future as being this far-off, distant destination, but rather concentrate our efforts on ongoing designs of the path forward that is shaped by every decision we make today. Gilbert must continue to strive to be pioneers of progress, champions of compassion, and stewards of sustainability. And we should support and aid all efforts that develop Gilbert into a community we are all able to enjoy, and more importantly, so will future generations. In closing, I'm optimistic about the road ahead and remain hopeful and confident that together as a town, there is no challenge too great and that we can't overcome to ensure a continued bright and prosperous future for Gilbert, Arizona. Thank you. I did really good because in practice I teared up in the first paragraph. so I made it till the end. Don't worry, as you're leaving this evening, you'll also get an opportunity to join me in being a #1 fan of Gilbert, because we have a little swag for you going out. Thank you all for being here. Want to shut me off? Thank you. Yeah.